What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Target Focus Life. Turkey hunting is around the corner. Of course, it's kind of always just around the corner, or it's here because there's a spring season, at least in Minnesota. I imagine in a lot of states, spring season and a fall season. So we're going through a series of turkey shotguns, and today we have the Mossberg 835 ULTI-MAG. This is a 3.5-inch 12-gauge shotgun. This comes in two different options. We can get the regular turkey, optic ready, so it has a cutout. It is the MRSC footprint, and that's what this one is. That comes in at MSRP of $714. I already went ahead and put a Vortex Defender red dot on there. I love hunting with red dots. I'd like to know your opinion. Put it down in the comments. Do you prefer a red dot? What type of optic do you prefer? No optic? Love to hear your opinions on that. Now, this does come in a version where it comes with a Holosun red dot. That version is $895. So $714 for this one, $895 with the red dot. Or there's actually another option for a turkey version that is not optic ready, other than being drilled and tapped on top, and that's $643. Both the optic ready and the one that comes with the Holosun are in the mossy oak green leaf, which I really love this pattern. I think it's a little bit old school looking, which is super cool. But like I mentioned, this gun is a 12-gauge pump action overboard barrels. This is like a 10-gauge bore size barrel, so it's overboard, which is true with all 835s. One interesting thing I learned about the 835 and that overboard barrel, if you have a smooth bore, it's not ideal for shooting slugs through because of the wider bore diameter. It's not firm around that slug. That slug doesn't fly as true through those barrels. I did a little testing and found that out and confirmed that with Mossberg. But we're not looking for slug guns, we're looking for turkey guns. So this gun comes in, according to Mossberg, at 7.5 pounds. Now, we did add this optic on top of it, so we'll see if that is accurate. I'm actually getting 7 pounds, 1.7 ounces. That surprises me. That's very light. Feels a little heavier in the hands than that, but it's a sub 8-pound gun either way. I'm getting closer to 7 than I am 7.5. The length of pull is 13.87 inches, short for me, incredibly short for me. I've already added a Falcon Strike to this shotgun. I did personally use this shotgun on a turkey hunting adventure last spring. Really enjoyed hunting with it. I thought recoil would be more of an issue, but of course with the Falcon Strike, not an issue at all. The recoil pad that comes on this gun stock is decent. It's okay. But as with most manufacturers, none of them are great. Falcon Strike brings it to the next level as far as recoil mitigation. So if you're interested in that, we do have a link down below. When it comes to the drop of the stock, there is no shims with the 835, so that's not adjustable, and I cannot measure it out here in the field, and it wasn't on their website because of the red dot, so that gets challenging to measure. But it feels, it's a standard stock with drop on it. It's not a parallel comb. Most standard stocks are too low for me. I need a good amount of rise, long neck, narrow face, distance between shoulder pocket and my eye, all the things. Let's take a look at the trigger pull weight. Fair amount of pre-travel there. Fairly light trigger though. Once it does pull, 6 pounds. We're right around 6 pounds, but let's not take my word for it, and we're gonna be close. Oh, 5 pounds, 8.4 ounces. 5 pounds, 3.5 ounces, wow. 5 pounds, 3.7 ounces. So yeah, we're right around 5 pounds, 5 ounces average. Very nice trigger for a gun at this price point. The Turkey optics ready is $714. Now this is a pump shotgun, so it's starting to get up there for pump shotguns, but ain't nothing cheap anymore. But let's look at recoil and reliability. Now we've already reviewed it. We're not gonna get too in-depth here. It was a shotgun that we were pleasantly surprised shooting as far as how it handled standard target loads, which we'll shoot first. Of course, this isn't completely fair. I gotta be straightforward with you guys. We have the Falcon Strike on. Oh yeah, got a pump. I just reviewed a semi-auto. I forgot about pumps. All right, so earlier today I reviewed the 940 Pro Turkey. Considerably more recoil, handles target loads very well, but this is a pump shotgun. You always find more felt recoil in a pump shotgun than you do in a semi-auto. But of course, those were target loads. You're not buying this to probably shoot clays. Let's go to the turkey load. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, this comes with, I believe, just one choke. ULTI full, it's called. and I've went ahead and replaced it with a Carlson's. The 835s and the 935s both run the same choke system. I've went ahead and replaced it because I probably will use this on turkeys again in the future, although I have several guns to choose from and several Mossbergs to choose from. In fact, we have an upcoming video. If I could only have one Mossberg turkey shotgun, what would it be? So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. But let's go shoot the steel plate, see where this gun's shooting. And then in that Mossberg comparison video, we'll shoot some actual patterns. All right, we're gonna shoot the left one since we just shot the right one in the last video. I am dead on. We're only at like 20 yards. I'd like to do this further out. You can see the pattern to the right with the 940 Pro. I need to get that dialed in. I threw this Vortex Defender on there, which will work perfectly fine for turkeys. Made 0 adjustments, and it's shooting very true. It's got a wallop. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I mentioned these are the Federal Heavyweight TSS shells. 2-ounce shells with 7s and 9s in there. We're putting a lot of BBs downrange, carrying a lot of energy. 2 ounces. I mean, this has got a pop. More than enough to kill a turkey at 20 yards, probably 30, 40, 50, 60, and maybe beyond. I think we made a video about that, so we'll link that up. How far can you kill a turkey? I don't know if that was called, but something like that. So when it comes to recoil and reliability, obviously, pump shotgun, we know this is gonna be very reliable. Recoil, it packs a little bit of a punch, even with this Falcon Strike on. I was shooting that Federal Heavyweight TSS. I love this stuff. Every time I've shot a bird, 100% dead, first shot. And you could say, hey, 12 gauge, 20, 30 yards, not necessarily. And I could buy into that. You can definitely down turkeys with a lead shot, been done for a lot of years. Where I really love the Federal TSS is when I get into the sub gauge. In fact, me and my son have both shot turkeys recently using 410s. And the only way I'd ever do that is by shooting the Federal Heavyweight TSS. 835 is a really good option if you're looking for a 12 gauge. If you want to go a 3.5 inch as well. How many of you, don't raise your hand because I won't see it, but you can put it down in the comments. Put it down below if you shoot turkeys with a 3.5 inch. And if you say yes, tell me why. And if you say no, also tell me why. Love to hear you guys' thoughts on what your ideal setup is, whether it's I prefer an optic, don't prefer an optic, 3 inch, 3.5 inch, 12 gauge, sub gauge. Give me some feedback. That was a quick look at the Mossberg 835 ULTI-MAG Turkey. Decent option if you're looking to go the pump shotgun route, especially 3.5 inch. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, whether you're in the field hunting turkeys or you're in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.